Awesome. We're live. Hi, team. Happy Labor Day. I'm so excited for this team training, and I didn't do a very good job realizing it was Labor Day, and so both of these ladies are so awesome to be here with us today. We have Krista and Michelle, and they are both newer coaches. Michelle is in Hawaii. This is why we love what we do, because she's in Hawaii jumping on a team training. Krista's visiting family for the weekend, and she told them, take my daughter, and then I'm going to jump on this quick and I'll be back. So that's why we love this opportunity. We have the freedom and the flexibility to jump on a team training call and then get back to enjoying our Labor Day. So I really appreciate them taking time. I know they're busy and having fun and being on this call to teach you guys. So make sure to really take notes, take your notebook out, your pen, learn from these two. I'm going to just go through a little bit of the success they have had so far, just so that you understand, like you want to be following these two ladies. Krista started as a coach. They're both Success Starters month 2 in August. So that means they are in Success Club 5 or more in July, Success Club 5 or more in August, and now this month in September, when they earn Success Club 5 or more, they will have 3 months of Success Starters and have their free ticket to Summit. But they didn't just go by Success Club 5. They didn't go for that. Krista's first month as a coach in July, she earned Success Club 13. Her second month as a coach in August, she earned Success Club 26. And this month, she's already at Success Club 4, and she has 6 coaches on her team, 6 active coaches on her team. Michelle, they're pretty much kind of following in similar footsteps. Michelle, her first month as a coach, Success Club 22 in July. That's awesome. Second month in August, she got Success Club 8 for herself, and then Success Club 5 for her husband. So she signed her husband up right away to get herself to Emerald, but she didn't stop there. In August, she went straight to Diamond. So she's also a Diamond coach, went Diamond in less than 60 days, and now this month she's at Success Club 2 already. So once she gets over that 5, she'll be at her third month as Success Starters. Both of these ladies are also signed up their husbands to help build their team, and are building their husbands to Emerald and getting their husbands Success Club. So that's really, really exciting because they are double dipping in customers. They're going to be able to get customer leads out of their business and then out of their husband's business as well. So they both have big goals of Success Club 10 for themselves and Success Club 5 for their husbands every month. And it's just been really awesome to watch them grow. And I know they both want to do bikini competitions coming up in the future. So that's really exciting to have them both on the call. I have no doubt that they can get on stage and look amazing because they put so much hard work and discipline into learning their business and growing and helping others. So I'm really excited to have them here with us. I'm going to have them start out and share a little bit about themselves and why they became coaches. And then I'm going to have them share a little bit about how they invite and how they grow their network. Because as you guys all know, I always say 3 vital behaviors. I say 4 vital behaviors, actually. Product of the product, inviting, personal development, and growing your network. I feel like we should have a 4th vital behavior because growing your network is really important. And these ladies are diving in and doing it all. So I'm going to have Krista, I'm going to have you start and just share a little bit about why you became a coach, and then just jump into how you invite. How did you go about inviting as a brand new coach? How did you get over that fear?
Okay, well, I became a Beachbody coach. Actually, I was on Instagram one day and I saw Christy's post about the coaching opportunity, and I just had to contact her. You know, I mean, I have a small child. You know, my husband goes to work every day and he works his butt off. And I just wanted to do something that I loved, but I wanted to provide for our family, you know, to make things a little easier. And, you know, it was a way for me to, you know, feel like I was being more than just a wife and a mother, you know, that I was actually helping people and making a difference, all while, you know, making our lives a little more comfortable by, you know, giving a little bit of extra income. So it's been amazing for me so far. I actually started inviting, I used the people that were closest to me, like my family and friends. And then once that kind of got a little easier for me and I was more comfortable with it, I went to the people I used to cheer with in high school and, were, close friends with, and then even branched off of them and went to people that, I knew in high school but weren't necessarily friends with. And then, it just kind of branched out from there where, they had people that they were friends with who were interested in what they were doing. So then they were friend requesting me on, say, Facebook and, following me on Instagram. And, it just, once you start with the people that were closest to me, it just got, the network just grew, and it was scary at first, but then it just kind of came naturally, and it was exciting. I was reaching out to all these people and they were asking me questions, and it made me feel amazing, just like what I was doing mattered. And that was really, really amazing for me.
Awesome. Thank you, Krista. And then I'm going to have Michelle go. Michelle, share a little bit about your story and why you became a coach, and then how do you push past that fear, and how do you go about inviting to challenge groups or to the coach opportunity?
Yes, all good questions. Hi, everyone. Live from Hawaii, and really excited to be here. My why when I got started was definitely because I wanted to, like Krista said, make a difference and be able to do something besides just being a mom, which is such a great, amazing job. But my mom always told me, you can choose. You can have a career or you can be home with your kids. And I just don't think that's a good option. I want to do both. So this opportunity said yes to that. And I was just sick of working just jobs that didn't matter, I wasn't passionate about. I wasn't excited or any way would ever imagine want to come onto a team call when I was in Hawaii. I wanted that type of passion in a job, and Beachbody said yes to that. So that was my main why with starting. And as far as inviting, very similar to Krista, I really like starting with your immediate network and getting very comfortable with that. So I had my mom, my sister, high school friends, friends from the gym, people in my really close network start with me for my first month, and that got me to Success Cup 22 pretty easily. Surprisingly, I was like, okay, I'm going to try to fill this group up with 10 people, and as soon as I do, then my goal is set for this month, and then something happened, momentum. So as soon as I was able to fill up my first challenge group, I'm like, okay, so the next month I was able to fill up my second one, but in the meantime, everyone from my first month challenge group was now loving Shakeology, and they want to become a discount coach, or they want to become a coach and do the same thing I'm doing. So now I had the second piece of my puzzle, full momentum start with inviting the close friends and the close network. And now I have people from high school I've been talked to for, I don't know, I'm not going to say too long because I don't know how old I am, but like for at least 5 or 6 years, and they're contacting me to get into a challenge group, and it's really exciting. So we'll see how that continues to grow, and I feel like it's going to definitely grow just because it has in the past. And then right now, that's the challenge pack opportunity, or the not the coaching opportunity, but the customer opportunity, I guess you'd say. But now I'm starting to do a 5-day sneak peek, and I can't wait to see where this goes, because initially I just created a group and invited everybody to that group, and personally message a bunch of my friends or different people who have liked my posts and on like positivity or liking to have time freedom. Anyone who's liked those types of posts, I've invited them to my 5-day sneak peek, and now they've watched that. And so now I have 40 people that I get to actively follow up with and water those seeds and see where that goes in the next month to 6 months, and then just grow my momentum on that end of the business with building my team. So that's pretty much like in a nutshell how I invite to a challenge pack, how I invite to sneak peek. But just keep it simple. Keep it so simple, and just be genuine and just be excited, because when you're excited, people are excited too. It's the craziest thing. We ignite each other. Good or bad, people ignite each other. So I think have fun and just stick to your why. Like if you want to help people, and it's just going to happen. It's all going to unfold. You just have to stick with it, believe in it, continue, stay consistent. And I could go on forever, but I'm just going to stop there.
And you guys are doing awesome. You guys it's so crazy because if you guys are watching this training right now or watching it later, watching the recording, these ladies haven't even been coaches, for 90 days yet. And they have grown so much, and it's so scary at the beginning, like knowing how to invite. That's why we have inviting scripts. They're all over my website. You can go to christycurtis.com and you click coach training, and there's how to invite/inviting scripts. You can take those scripts and make it your own. And these two dove in and just did it. No matter how scary it was, they focused on their why. They focused on what this meant for them and what this meant for their family, and they made it happen. And Michelle, I love that you said you want to have a career and stay home with your kids, because I feel like that's years ago, that wasn't possible. You couldn't have both. Or if you were working full time, you were spending so much time away from your kids, and now you can have both. And this opportunity allows it, and it allows you to do something that you're actually passionate about, and you're helping others. So I love that. And I know both of you are such hard workers that I can't wait to see after a year of inviting, 2 years, 3 years, a year of growing your networks, where you are, because I know you guys are going to just soar with this opportunity. You already are. They have, both of them actually, just to give you guys an idea, my first month as a coach, I earned Success Club 5 exactly. I earned the last point on the last day of the month. And my second month as a coach, I earned Success Club, I want to say it was like 18 to 22, somewhere in there. I think I signed up 10 coaches that month or something, my second month. These ladies are following in my footsteps. Like, they're doing much better than I was. I didn't have a coach sneak peek set up. I didn't have a system of how I was going to invite and expand my network. I was just kind of like going about just doing it because I knew I needed to find more people to invite. But they are taking the systems that we have, and they're running with it. They're making it their own, and that's why they're succeeding so quickly. So I'm really proud of them. So now I'm going to start back with you, Krista, and have you share, how are you going about expanding your network? I know you said you started, like I did, going through, and I went to friends' Facebook pages and saw who we were mutual friends with and started just friending those mutual friends. I'm like, oh yeah, we went to high school together. Barely remember your face, but I'm going to send you a friend request, and went through my high school yearbook. I took my freshman yearbook and my senior yearbook, and when I was a freshman, I went up 3 years, and then when I was a senior, I went to the 3 classes below me and started friend requesting people that way. But how have you gone about, Krista, expanding your network?
So in high school, I was such an introvert that, I didn't talk to many people. Yes, I was a cheerleader, but I was not your typical cheerleader. I was the quiet, kept to myself. Yeah, I got out there and screamed my head off, but, I didn't have a big group of friends, but, my husband is the total opposite of me. He is the outgoing, loud one that'll talk to anybody, anywhere we are. So what I did was I went through on his page to begin with, and, friend requested people where I knew, that we had a lot of friends in common. I think I usually choose like 25 to 30 people that we have in common. That way I have a bigger chance of them saying, oh yeah, I remember you, I'm going to friend request you, yeah, you're not just like, a Facebook stalker, a creeper, that kind of thing. And then I went through him, and then I got my mom into this. She's a huge support system for me. And I went through her Facebook page, and like my brother, he went to a totally different high school than what I did. So, and he was in the band. So she had a lot of mutual friends, that knew who I am. So I went through and I used her Facebook as well. And then I definitely used the people you may know. That's been like a huge thing. Like I'll sit there and scroll through it, a couple of times a day, and, friend request, not a ton of people at once, because I know you can go to Facebook jail. But, I try to do at least, 10 to 15 people a day, and then I'll go back through and, make sure I don't have too many outstanding requests. So that way, I can still friend request people every day, and then I still don't get sent to Facebook jail.
Awesome. Great tips. It's so funny because somebody just brought that up to me the other day. she was like, oh, because I'm maxed out on friends. So I always have to go through and find people to delete to add new people, like when I sign a new coach or a new customer. And she's like, well, you could go through and delete people and then add them on your husband's page, like make him add people. And then Stella, my boxer, has a page. Add people on her page and then just tag them in everything you post. And so it kind of reminded me of that with what you were saying, Krista, because I can actually go to my husband's page. I've done that before, but I kind of forgot about it. So I'll definitely be doing that because he has a lot of friends that he meets in the area and then doesn't tell me about and friend requests them. So I'm like, hey, dude, I need to build a network here. Awesome. Thank you for those tips. Those were great, Krista. And Michelle, what about you? How have you gone about expanding your network? I know you initially reached out to those in your circle, and I'm sure you're getting lots of referrals as well, because that's a great way to build your network. So what has been, your focus to expand your network?
Okay, yeah. So sorry, it keeps cutting out a little bit. So I hope you guys can hear me okay as well. But so I think what the first place I started was just adding people that like from high school, top of mind awareness, who I thought might be good. And then I was like, all right, this isn't happening fast enough. I want to add more people. Like, how do I expand my network even quicker, even faster? So then I went to my brother's page or my sister's page. We live in a small community. So I'm like, I'm going to friend literally all of your friends that I'm not friends with. So that was like 100 people a day, 150 people a day. And I was like, okay, like maybe 50 to 60% of them, maybe even more from those groups would add me as like, will accept my friend request. So that was exciting. And then I've really capitalized on interest groups. So going to groups that aren't just fitness. Christy, you recommended this and it's actually really great. I'm excited about it, is going to groups that genuinely interest you. For me, I'm a horseback rider. So I went to Santa Cruz Horse Lovers because I'm from Santa Cruz. And in there I participate in the conversations, but whenever anybody says anything that of interest to me, I like it and then request them. And then if they like, or then if I'm in another interest group and I like their page, I'll go to their I'll like on the interest group, I'll go to their personal page, scroll down, like a couple things if I can, or if they're on a different setting, then I'll request them as a friend, and then I'll personally message them like, I saw you in Santa Cruz Horse Lovers. I've been riding since I was 9. Do you still ride? And just like an open-ended question, just because I'm adding them as they're complete, but I'm value. So now we're talking about something in common. So when people like two different types, who is like them, or they like someone who is like they want to be like. So I always just try to get that relatability to people I'm expanding my network with, and I feel like you get more quality people, and you get a higher ratio of yes, accepting your friend request. You're not just wasting time clicking on a bunch of people. But I do that too because I want to expand as quick as possible. So I actually have on my to-do list. I want to personally invite 10 people a day. And then I want to quick add like 50 people a day that just like and I kind of just go crazy. That's my personality. So that's like the main way I've invited so far, and it's been working really well. So
I love that. I love that you found an interest group that's like exactly so perfect for you, because that's so specific. It's not something that is really, you're not going to be competing with other coaches. So I'm so excited that you did that. And that kind of was going with what we were talking about on our mastermind Zoom about Instagram and those hashtags too, like getting really specific with it. And I didn't know you were a horseback rider. I am too. I used to show when I was younger. So that's exciting. I was like, there's Alana too. She's a horseback rider too. So I was like, it's so cool to continue to learn more and more about you guys as we go further and further into the business. So yeah, I know it's Labor Day. I want everybody to enjoy working their business or time with their family or whatever it is you have on your to-do list for today. So I hope you guys took a lot of nuggets, because both of these girls are rocking the business, and they just gave you so many different little tips that you can go and implement today. And I think that's key. Success leaves clues. So when you have two incredible leaders in front of you sharing, what they're doing with you, walk away from that training and implement it immediately. Like when I hear something on a national wake-up call or a training that I'm watching from another coach, and I'm always learning. I'm not just learning from other leaders. I learn from brand new coaches just the same. They'll take something that I trained on and they're telling me how they're using it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's brilliant. Why didn't I think of that? And they might have gotten it from my training, but then I'm writing notes down like, okay, this is what I'm going to go do later today. So I learn from everyone, from brand new coach to other leaders, and I write down those key things that I heard that I'm going to go implement. And I implement them that day, because if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. But if you use it, if you use what you learned from this training today, you implement 1 or 2 things for this week, and then it becomes a habit, and then you listen to a training next week, same thing, you take 1 or 2 things, and maybe it's just a slight tweak in your inviting process. I know when I was a newer coach, one of the national wake-up calls had Janelle Summers on it. I love Janelle. And her training that she did on the national wake-up call, I took and implemented every single thing almost in that training, and my business exploded. Like exploded. I had doubled my income in a matter of just a couple months. At that point I was earning, $1,000 or $2,000, I'm not exactly sure, like a week, and my income jumped really, really quickly because of that one training that I implemented. I did that every week, but it just happened that that training transformed my business. And I had other coaches in the network coming to me and saying, how are you doing what you're doing? I'm like, oh, I just listened to that Janelle call and I implemented it and it's really working. And don't worry, guys, it's all stuff that we already have in our systems now. So it was like a few years ago when I was new and didn't really have systems. But these coaches were coming to me and asking, like, what is it that you're doing? I'm like, oh, I just copied her call. Like I basically did exactly, we didn't have training groups back then. We didn't have intern groups. And she was the first one to kind of introduce that. And so when I got off the call, everything I took from hers, I implemented it immediately into a training group. So I actually had a training group on Facebook. Now it's something you guys have all gone through, and it's second nature. We do it with all our new coaches, but back then it wasn't. And these other coaches were like, well, could you tell me what you're doing? Like, no, I did everything from her call. Just go listen to it. But I listened to it, but I didn't know if it worked, so I didn't do it. And I think that's the thing that separates people who achieve success maybe a little bit faster than others, and why Krista and Michelle are succeeding so quickly is because they will take whatever training they do and they implement it. They might not have all the answers. They might not know if it's going to work exactly for them. They might have to tweak it 100 different times to get it to work perfectly, but they try. And, every week, if you're listening to a training call from other leaders, from other successful people, and you're implementing just 1 to 2 things, you will be amazed at where you'll be in a year. And I'm really excited because in just 2 months, Michelle and Krista are kicking ass. Pardon my French. I hope you don't have kids around. But they're kicking butt. And it's because they do take the trainings. They really treat this like it's a job. And I don't say treat it like a business because a lot of people have never run a business before, so they don't know what that looks like. And you show up every day at a job for somebody else, so do that same thing for your business. Show up every day for your business. These ladies are doing it. Go follow them. Go follow them on Facebook. Follow Krista. Follow Michelle. It's Krista Martin and Michelle Beck Enos. Is that how you say it? Did I say it right? Enos. So go follow those two. Watch what they're posting on Facebook. Success leaves clues. You want to follow those people that are where you want to be. So thank you guys so much, Krista and Michelle. I know we've taken time out of your Labor Day. I really appreciate you being here. Go enjoy the rest of your day. And I'm just so excited because I can't wait for the coaches to listen to what you guys just taught them and implement. And I can't wait to see everything you achieve in the next 4 months. Look at what you guys have already accomplished in 2. Have a great day.